ahead.
I'm Chinasa Auden, and coming up tonight, the taxi union creates a blockade at LPIA Airport over alleged unfair treatment between livery and taxi drivers. More on this ahead.
Plus, 2 fires on the island of Bimini within days. Residents on that northern island demanding more resources before there's another loss. And then health officials are addressing speculation surrounding a reported tuberculosis case in Eleuthera.
Unfortunately, much of the information being shared is inaccurate.
And then in our news at 7:30, our Delvardo Emmanuel joins us live from Bimini as residents there now turn their attention to rebuilding following yesterday's devastating fire in Baileytown. We have the details for these stories and more as our news live at 7 starts now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Shepard. Chaos erupted at the Lynden Pinland International Airport today as taxi drivers blocked roadways, confronted delivery drivers, and demanded government action over what they call years of unfair competition. The demonstration temporarily disrupted traffic at the country's main gateway as frustrations boiled over. Our Chinasa Auden was there.
Shouts, pushing, and traffic at a standstill. That was the scene outside Lynden Pinland International Airport as members of the Bahamas Taxi Cab Union staged a blockade, protesting what they say is years of unfair treatment by livery drivers and a lack of enforcement by authorities. Vice President Stefano Wilkinson told me he's beyond frustrated.
You cannot keep on disenfranchising us, man. Come on. That is unfair for taxi drivers who come out here to feed their family on a daily basis.
Taxi Union President Tyrone Butler says Thursday's protest wasn't a spur of the moment. He claims it was a result of years of complaints that livery drivers, who are licensed to provide prearranged transportation, allegedly are soliciting passengers at the airport and undercutting taxi fares. Butler also accused the authorities of failing to protect the rights of licensed taxi operators.
Well, this is a combination of a lot of frustration on the part of the taxi drivers caused by the aggressive nature of the livery drivers.
For some drivers, the frustration has been building for nearly a decade. One veteran taxi operator says he's tired of countless meetings that have produced very few results.
We had the first meeting in the recreation room November 4th, 2017. NAD at that time promised to fix this issue. This is 2026. If I do the math, that's plenty years, okay? Everybody seems to be passing the buck. This one ain't doing it, and too many meetings. We need some resolve to the situation.
The union also claims government policies have created an uneven playing field.
The governments, past government and present governments have put us here in the lane with the livery drivers. Like you put us in a cage match. Why? Okay? You could set a price for us. You don't have no price with them. So why would you have them on the same lane as us, frustrating us every day?
But the Bahamas Livery Drivers Union disagrees. President Tori Austin says his members want to find common ground.
We want to sit to the table and find out how we can coexist and work together. But again, you know, when you're going to hear a lot of different issues that they might have. We remain strong as a body, and we remain focused on what we had to do, and that's service the guests.
Transport Minister Leon Lundy arrived at the scene as tensions remained high, expressing disappointment as he said the protest was not needed, as during a recent meeting, he assured the taxi union that he was working on the matter.
No, it's just a lot of misunderstanding, and like I said, it's just timing will solve everything.
Now, the Bahamas Taxi Union president says that during his brief meeting with Minister of Transport, he said that they have scheduled a meeting for this coming weekend to try to address some of those immediate issues. Now, we will continue to follow this story closely and bring you updates. Reporting for Our News, I'm Chinasa Out.
Now, officials at the Nassau Airport Development Company releasing a statement this afternoon confirming operations at the airport had resumed to normal by 2 p.m. As families in Baileytown, Bimini begin the long road to recovery after Wednesday's devastating fire, many residents say the disaster has once again exposed a serious lack of emergency resources on the island. They argue that while the community did everything it could to help, it should not have to rely on buckets of water to fight a major blaze. With no functioning fire truck available, neighbors, tourists, and volunteers formed a human chain, passing buckets of water from the sea in a desperate attempt to stop the fire from spreading. In the end, nearly half a dozen homes were destroyed. Longtime Bimini resident Selvin Ebby David says the island has outgrown its limited firefighting resources.
If we had everything in place, it could have been prevented. Prevention is better than cure. If we had these things in place, right away, young men ready to go, this would have never happened. We could have saved these places. Yes, we could have. Sure. But nothing in place. We, the people of Bimini, should have done something, but that after the Ellises, places really burned down. Now, you know, government got its role to play in every community. So I really don't want to blame the government. I blame we, the people of Bimini, because we should have got together, everybody, throw $1,000 in and buy, especially us who was doing business, and buy a nice big pump and a nice truck to do these things ourselves.
Another resident, Lorik Roberts, who has family members among those displaced, says the community has suffered through similar fires before, and he believes it should have been a wake-up call. Yet he says the island still lacks the basic tools to protect homes and businesses.
We need to do something. I mean, this progress, I don't know what is progress. To some people, maybe this is progress, but we needed this. Well, I don't think we need a fire engine, but we need a fire pump. See, because we have one fire hydrant on the island. That's the fire hydrant that the former MP George reached. It's in the front of his house. That's the only fire hydrant on the island. A fire truck only could hold X amount of water. The sea, you can't bail that dry, you can't pump that dry.
Well, we've got more from impacted residents as our Delvardo Emmanuel joins us live from the island of Bimini. Straight ahead in our news at 7:30. Health and wellness officials today addressing growing concerns regarding reported tuberculosis cases in Eleuthera. The press conference underscored the government's commitment to transparency and swift action as health leaders outlined the steps already underway to safeguard communities. Our Evelyn Ferguson tells us more.
Health officials say tuberculosis is not just a local concern, it's a global reality. And here in the Bahamas, the Ministry of Health and Wellness manages it every day. Dr. Nikia Forbes, director of the National HIV, AIDS and Infectious Disease Program, explains that chest x-rays and Mantoux tests can be done at a variety of clinics and hospitals. She notes the ministry closely monitors TB through its annual report.
While we are doing enhanced screening in Eleuthera, there are tuberculosis suspected cases, positive Mantoux, people referred from all islands of the Bahamas and within New Providence on a daily basis. And so we do know that tuberculosis is communicable for those that have active tuberculosis and a significant burden of disease. And that can spread to other persons who can go on to develop tuberculosis in a matter of years, usually. Most people, it takes a year.
National TB Nurse Coordinator Carla Newton, who oversees the Specialized Screening and Control Unit, says contact tracing is nothing new. It's done every day and is ongoing in Eleuthera. She adds that specialized nurses will soon be sent to assist, reinforced enhanced protocols, and keep testing proactive.
A team of us will go in to assist our colleagues, as we have already been doing, via phone, via emails, to make sure that everybody is on the same page in terms of management, who should be identified, who should be screened, and how far do we need to widen our scope based on what is happening on the ground. So hopefully by the end of the week or as early as tomorrow.
And as those teams reinforce protocols on the ground, Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Michael Darville says they are aware of information circulating on social media about the public health investigation in North Eleuthera. He emphasized that officials remain actively engaged and are monitoring the situation closely.
Unfortunately, much of the information being shared is inaccurate, it's speculative, and have the potential to cause unnecessary fear and anxiety within that community.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Evelyn Ferguson.
Thanks so much, Evelyn. Well, we've still got more to come, but for now, meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg, how's it looking?
Yeah, thanks, Megan. A happy pre-Independence Thursday, everybody. Another warm evening on the outside. 88 degrees is our current temperature with Hazy conditions. Your winds out of the east at 60 miles per hour, so we have a slight breeze out there, but it doesn't change much in terms of what the feels like temperature is. Feels like 96 degrees on the outside. Temperatures right now around the Family of Islands. 87s in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Marsh Harbor, Abaco, and in Governor's Harbor, Luther. We pick up a string of 88s. Very warm, 80. Alistown, that's 88 there. And Bimini, Great Harbor, Key, the Berry Islands, over in Nicholstown, North Andros, and here in the capital. Into the Central Bahamas, we pick up 87s. Kemps Bay, South Andros, Black Point, Exuma Keys, and Arthurstown, Kid Island. Georgetown, Exuma, as well as in Deadman's Key, Long Island, and Port Nelson's, all 86s there, and 85 in Coburn Townsend, Salvador, and into the Southeast Bahamas. Duncantown, Ragged Island, 84. 86s, Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, Delectable Bay, Acklands. Abrahams Bay, 85. Then we pick up 86 in Matthewtown, Inagua. And our good neighbors of the Southeast, Twix and Caicos Islands, you have a temperature right now of 84, but you have some showers and some thunderstorms nearby. Satellite radar composite. We are quiet across most of the northwest and central Bahamas. Saharan dust and high pressure still in charge, but upper level low is spinning just across the southeast Bahamas, as well as the northern extent of a tropical wave. That's keeping some cloudy conditions across the southeast Bahamas. We could see some of that moving into the central Bahamas overnight. We also expect some cloudy conditions, partly cloudy conditions in the northwest Bahamas, with maybe a shower or two tomorrow across Independence Day. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. We'll take a second look at our weather when we come back.
Coming up in sports, we get started in indie baseball, where one Bahamian is having great success, then take it up a few notches to the majors, where another is looking to flip the script this month.
Need a little pick-me-up downtown? Coffee calling your name? Snack attack hitting you?
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record, we challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other.
Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8 p.m.
The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
Every year, car theft in the Bahamas rises. Thieves are getting smarter and faster. Is your car a target? Compact vehicles are at risk. Don't become a victim. Simple steps can make all the difference. Lock your car. Invest in anti-theft devices. Park smart. Protect yourself. Stay alert. I am PC 4392 Trayshawn Ferguson. Stay vigilant. Report suspicious activity. And let's create safer communities together. Learn more by visiting theroyalbahamaspoliceforce.org.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by Tantier Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. Chavez Young has played professionally at just about every level, and the one through line has always been he keeps finding success. And also, they love him in every locker room. Young has taken the Frontier League by storm with the Quebec Capitales and was named an All-Star. He's hitting .374 with 41 RBI, 8 home runs, and a 1.07 OPS. But more importantly, he didn't slow down after the All-Star announcement. He got even better. Since then, he put together a 5-game hit streak, helped the Capitales report 4 wins in 5 games. He went 2 for 4 to complete a series sweep over the Gateway Grizzlies, then a perfect 4 for 4 with an RBI against the Brockton Rocks. Last night, he finished with 2 hits, an RBI, and a stolen base in a loss to the Rocks. Maybe July is just what the Yankees need. They can't be the only New York franchise to fold, right? Well, other than the football teams and the Mets, but nobody takes them seriously. If you're a Yankees fan, June probably did unspeakable damage to your blood pressure. The Bronx Bombers went on a free fall down the standings, 10-16 during the month, and lost their grip on the AL East, playing the kind of baseball that makes you turn the game off by the 5th inning. Oddly enough, while the rest of the team was trying to find its offense, Jazz actually had a pretty solid month. He hit .271, launched 6 homers, drove in 15 runs, and swiped 9 bags. He also had a couple highlight moments with game-winning homers against Cleveland and Detroit.
And the weekend kinda starts now, so that means you get top plays a day earlier than expected. Your life will never be the same. That'll do it for sports. Stay locked in. We'll be back as soon as they let us. That's on our news at 7:30.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world. As a fire at a shoe factory kills 28 people in one of China's deadliest blazes in recent years. Plus, a writer can now collect $5.8 million since a jury found that U.S. President Donald Trump sexually abused and defamed her. And then Antigua's prime minister says a U.S. visa policy is hurting trade, students, and families. We have the details when our news returns.
Wish I could get my Our News update sent to my phone like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel, so now most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers who want to stay on top of what's going on.
Well, I want to stay in tune. Are you talking about like recent crimes and political updates and heartfelt stories as well as sports coverage?
We're talking exclusive updates, behind-the-scenes content, major announcement, everything you actually care about.
Nice. I love the sound of that. So this is like VIP access to the news you don't want to miss out. So what are you waiting for? Be sure to press the notification bell on the WhatsApp broadcast channel so that you don't miss out on all of the real-time updates.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
Too many suffer in silence, but silence only protects the abuser. Your feelings are real. Your safety matters. It's time to break the silence. If someone is hurting you, speak up. We will listen. We will help. I am Police Constable 4286 Sinead Douglas of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Let us build safer communities together.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. A fire broke out at a shoe factory in a southeastern Chinese province on Thursday, killing 28 people. China's president demanded an all-out search and rescue effort, urging a swift investigation of the incident and strictly holding those responsible accountable. There were 237 factory workers and 2 visitors in the building. Authorities pulled out 213 people, 2 of whom were pronounced dead after being taken to hospital. Another 26 missing people were later confirmed dead. The factory's owner and others in charge have been taken into custody, and the company's accounts have been frozen. Writer E. Jean Carroll can collect $5.8 million held in escrow since a jury found that U.S. President Donald Trump sexually abused and defamed her, a federal judge ruled on Wednesday. Trump's lawyers immediately appealed but were denied an emergency order to block the payment from being made. Trump deposited the money in an account shortly after a jury ruled against him in 2023. The jury found Trump attacked Carroll in 1996 in the dressing room of a luxury Manhattan department store and defamed her after she described it publicly in a 2019 memoir during his first term as president. Trump called her allegations false and said, quote, "She's not my type." Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown says the United States' tightened visa policies are affecting trade, commerce, students, and families with ties to the country, as he called for the restrictions to be lifted. Visitor visas for citizens are now single entry and valid for 3 months, replacing the previous system that allowed 10-year multi-entry visas. Some applicants may also be required to post a bond of up to $15,000. Washington also approved new immigrant visa restrictions for Antiguans, citing security concerns related to the country's citizenship by investment program, under which foreign investors can obtain citizenship through qualifying contributions to the country's economic development. While national parks contribute to global sustainability by conserving vital ecosystems. And across the country, the Bahamas National Trust manages 33 of them, protecting over 2 million acres of marine and terrestrial landscapes. One of them is located in Exuma. Just recently, ground is broken for a welcome center that officials say will be a major boost for attendees. Our Jasmine Brown tells us more in tonight's Sustainability First.
Bahamas First, putting sustainability first for our people and our environment. What's first for you and the planet comes first for us.
It's no secret that national parks play a major role in protecting the environment, acting as natural carbon sinks to combat climate change and providing unfiltered water and clean air. But they can also boost local economies through sustainable ecotourism while serving as living laboratories for environmental education. Over in Exuma, the Mariah Harbor Key National Park fits that description. Last month, the Bahamas National Trust celebrated 2 major milestones there: the groundbreaking of a new welcome center and the successful completion of a global environment facility small grants program project. Catherine Booker is the park manager. She says the facility will serve as a hub for visitor services, environmental education, community engagement, and park operations.
The Welcome Center is going to be located in the ferry, Little Exuma. So right after you cross the bridge from Great Exuma, it's a great spot for the park because it's really central to the park as a whole.
Last month's ceremony also marked the closeout of the park's GEF SGP project, which was implemented in partnership with the United Nations Development Program. Thanks to that funding, Booker says phase 1 of the project has been completed.
That actually allowed us to go ahead and put in solar. So we have a solar system that's already operational on the site. We're also catching rainwater off the roof of one of our small buildings that's there. And that's going to allow us to really build sustainably.
The Exuma Park manager adding that the initiative has also helped strengthen the management of the 22,833-acre Exuma Park through habitat restoration, invasive species management, and improved navigation measures. Reporting for our news and reminding you to put sustainability first, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Still to come in our news at 7:30. The energy minister addressing recent power outages while offering advice on cutting consumers' consumption to reduce bills. That's coming up when our news returns.
Digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
Danielle here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see more great content, be sure to hit that notification button and follow the team you already trust.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared? Don't become a statistic. Follow these simple rules. Leave early, obey road signs, wear seatbelts, invest in hands-free devices, and don't drink and drive. I'm Inspector Gerard Cum of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, reminding you that road safety is no accident.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on our TV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, industry leaders, cultural icons, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, Our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episode on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just
Well, that does it for our news at 7, but you know the drill. It's time for Thursday is the New Friday with entertainment correspondent Danielle Miller. And tonight she's getting the holiday weekend started over at the Jazz Club. Danny, how's it going?
Hey, Megan, I am at the Jazz Club. Yes, again, for those that were saying, oh my gosh, she there again. Yes, I am here again because it's a really, really nice vibe in here. And it is the Thursday before the holiday. Happy Independence, everybody. Remember, if you're going to celebrate, drink responsibly. But I'm here because I have to remind you guys that this month, Music Soul Child would be performing. And next month is Manny Fresh. But I cannot forget that this weekend, there is going to be French Montana. All right, guys and gals, if you want more details on that, go to Bahama social media pages and also click the link in their bios for tickets. All right, guys and gals, you know the drill. Until next weekend, deuces. Back to you in studio.
All right, thanks so much for that, Danielle. We'll stay tuned to our news on Thursdays to see more escapades like that one with our Danielle Miller. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on our news live at 7:30, the flames are out, but families who lost everything in Bimini are now beginning the difficult task of rebuilding with help from the community. Tonight, our Delvado Emmanuel is live on the island, plus
I'm Chinasa Ouden, and coming up tonight, the Minister of Energy and Utilities is apologizing for constant outages and saying that the uptick in your electricity bill could be due to your own consumption. More on this ahead.
Also,
as the 51st Heads of Government meeting at CARICOM come to a close, regional leaders are promising to tackle the high costs of living. Stay tuned to our news tonight for more details.
And later, a woman has been sentenced to 15 years in prison after intentionally hitting her former boyfriend with an SUV, leaving him permanently disabled. The story when our news at 7:30 returns.
Welcome back to the movement.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that running nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set them all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set them all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Cetamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record, we challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other.
Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8 p.m.
The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
Every year, car theft in the Bahamas rises. Thieves are getting smarter and faster. Is your car a target? Compact vehicles are at risk. Don't become a victim. Simple steps can make all the difference. Lock your car. Invest in anti-theft devices. Park smart. Protect yourself. Stay alert. I am PC 4392, Trayshawn Ferguson.
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. Thomas first tonight for the families who lost everything in Wednesday morning's devastating fire in Baileytown, Bimini. The flames may be out, but the pain is only the beginning. While the community has rallied around them, many victims are now left wondering how they will rebuild their lives. Our Delvado Emmanuel is on that island tonight and joins us live from the site of the devastating blaze. Delvado, what can you tell us?
Yes, good evening, Natalia. Like you mentioned, I'm here in Baileytown, Bimini, standing on that exact site of yesterday's blaze that damaged several homes here, several homes on this family plot. Now, if my cameraman could pan over my shoulder here to the right, not sure if you can see on your televisions at home, but the site is still smoldering. There is still smoke. Now, while I was here on the island, I spoke to two fire victims who lived on this property. One of them told me it all may have started from a sparking electrical plug.
I was sleeping and I heard a crackling sound. And in my home, we sleep in complete darkness. We don't sleep with TV, radio, nothing, just in complete silence. And I heard the crackling sound, and as soon as I opened up my eyes, I looked straight over at the bunk bed where my pregnant daughter was asleep to the bottom bunk, and I saw that the plug was on fire.
Naria Rolls says she immediately shut off the breaker and tried to put out the fire with a fire extinguisher, but says those efforts failed. With flames spreading quickly, she and her family were forced to escape, leaving behind decades of memories, documents, and nearly everything they owned.
People say it doesn't matter, but when you have a life, your life is a story. And if it has missing pages, something is missing from it. So right now, I just look at my life and my girl's life now as a blank page, and we just have to write in it.
Rose says the fire has left her with more questions than answers, including how she'll continue to support her daughter through college.
My life is really full of uncertainties. I can't promise her college right now. I can't even promise her tomorrow, you know what I mean? So that's the saddest part of it.
Also living on the property was business owner Diana Rubin, whose family lost homes, 3 Airbnbs, and their main source of income.
Just to know that you work so hard every day, and then to just this fire break out, and you don't know if someone inside, you don't know if someone's hurt. You want to make sure. I had people upstairs because I had units, Airbnbs, so I had people in my place. They lose their stuff.
But amid the devastation, Rubin says one thing gave her hope: watching the entire community come together.
There was everybody. It was Bahamians, Haitian, Dominican, Jamaican, Americans. Everybody was so supportive. The young people, it was old people.
Talia, with the flames now extinguished, all the family focus on now is rebuilding. Of course, in the meantime, from private donors and community stakeholders, as well as social services, all those families affected from yesterday's blaze has been placed in a temporary shelter. Of course, moving ahead, a GoFundMe link is now circulating, and we'll be sure to share it on our social media pages for those wishing to donate. For now, from Baileytown, Bimini, for our news, I'm Delvado Emmanuel. Send it back to you, Talia.
All right, such an unfortunate story. Thanks so much, our Delvado Emmanuel, reporting live from the island of Bimini, and we will continue to follow that story. Well, after weeks of frustration over power outages and high electricity bills, Energy Minister Jobette Colby-Davis is addressing the concerns, insisting the long hours blackout on Sunday was highly unusual. She also addressed complaints about higher electricity bills, saying it's not BPL's base electricity rate and fuel charge that's changed. Our Chanasa Ouden reports.
For every person who is affected, I want to begin by offering my sincere apology. Electricity is not a luxury. It is an essential service.
That's Minister of Energy and Utilities Jobette Colby-Davis apologizing to the nation after weeks of rolling blackouts across New Providence and the Family Islands. The outages have disrupted homes, businesses, hospitals, and hotels, leaving thousands without power during some of the hottest days of the year. A part of the frustration for residents are higher electricity bills amid the frequent outages. But Colby-Davis, who was speaking at the office of the Prime Minister's press briefing, insists BPL rates have not changed, adding that higher bills are the result of increased energy use during the summer months.
What has changed for numerous households is the amount of electricity being used during one of the hottest summers we have experienced in recent years.
The Energy Minister also giving this advice to residents when it comes to cutting their consumption.
Close curtains or blinds during the hottest parts of the day, especially on east and west facing windows. If possible, use blackout curtains to reduce the amount of heat entering your home. Set your thermostat around 78 degrees. Lowering it to 68 degrees does not cool your home faster.
And as the Davis administration tries to get a handle on the energy industry, Colby Davis says energy transformation will include a liquefied natural gas plant, which they plan to break ground on Monday.
By the end of this transformation, New Providence will be supported by approximately 172 megawatts of LNG generation, utility-scale solar already under construction, battery energy storage, modern substations, upgraded transmission infrastructure, and existing generation working together as one integrated system.
Now, as Bahamians continue to endure power outages across the Family Islands and New Providence, the minister is urging residents to be mindful of consumption, saying while the price of electricity has not increased, higher consumption during the summer months can lead to higher bills. Reporting for Our News, I'm Chinasa Houghton.
All right, thanks for that, Chinasa. Well, nurses gathered outside the Ministry of Health early this morning protesting over what they say are long overdue confirmation and appointment letters. Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Michael Darville, reacting to the protest, calling it a sad situation. The health minister addressing the matter during a press conference at the ministry on Blake Road, noting that his understanding from the director of nursing is the matter has already been forwarded to the Public Service Commission.
Today, apparently a few of the nurses, I can't remember the exact amount, received their appointment letters, and those who showed up here were those who did not receive their appointment letters. Immediately, Minister Wells informed me, and we are now working diligently to resolve and to speak directly with public service to expedite the situation. But once again, I feel the pain of those nurses.
Dr. Philip Davis also weighed in on the issue, posting on his official X page that nurses deserve respect, fair treatment, and timely resolution. He assured that steps are being taken to address the delays and bring the matter to a proper close. Meanwhile, the Minister of Health and Wellness explains the matter involves coordination between the ministry's Human Resources Department and the Public Service Commission. He adds officials are actively reviewing the files and expect clearer answers soon.
Now that they are in public service, appointments are presently taking place, and I believe it's about 5 of them who received their letters. And the question is, why were the remaining individuals impacted situations not resolved? We're looking into that as we speak, and we expect answers by the end of the day.
Well, last weekend's Port Charlotte Family Market wasn't just a community event, it was also a national market research initiative. That's according to Chairman of the Bahamas Trade Commission, Barry Griffin. Griffin telling our news team that the commission assisted the area's Member of Parliament, Sebastian, and his team in establishing connections with both local and international suppliers to secure products at the most competitive prices. He also says his office is responsible for reducing the cost of living for Bahamians, particularly by lowering the prices of goods. Saturday's market provided an opportunity for the Commission to analyze consumer responses to the products available at the event.
The Trade Commission's perspective, we are watching this very closely. We're looking at the numbers. We're seeing what works, what doesn't work, what products consumers are really gearing towards, and how we can sort of bottle this and take this on a national stage. So the idea for us is to see how this pilot works and how we can bring this relief to consumers across the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and how we can also use this as a model to work more closely with retailers and wholesalers to bring down the cost of goods in the country.
And despite being in the research phase, Griffin says so far they've found that purchasing locally is cost-effective for both retailers and consumers.
We're actually quite surprised. Some goods are more affordable to just get in the Bahamas. So you would see golden yolk eggs here for 99 cents. You would see bread from Purity Bakery that we work closely with Purity Bakery to get the bread at a very low price.
And still on the topic of cost of living, this as it's an issue that's been plaguing millions of people across the region. And it was a topic that was discussed at CARICOM's 51st Heads of Government meeting in St. Lucia this week. Our Joshua Williams was on the island this week and has a recap.
There are many things that affect us as Caribbean residents, perhaps none more important than the high cost of living. It's something regional leaders promise to address going forward. A closing media conference marking the end of the 51st Heads of Government meeting in St. Lucia. Several issues discussed by regional leaders, but perhaps none too more important to residents in the region than the high cost of living. The geopolitical conflicts between world superpowers have driven up the cost of oil, and it has had a ripple effect on countries that rely heavily on imported goods. We've seen it right here at home with gas prices. And while acknowledging there is not much that they can do, regional leaders like Bajan President Mia Mottley say other countries can do what her government has done in Barbados to help ease the burden.
Those measures relate to reduction of taxes on the fuel imports, making adjustments to the cost of freight. In our case in Barbados, we've also determined that for the charging of taxes, we would use FOB rather than to use the costs including insurance and freight, which would simply inflate the cost of goods. We've introduced a cost of living allowance for all pensioners, $100 a month, plus, which would be $50 US, plus, of course, for those who are on welfare. And on top of that, we've increased the rates of welfare by 30% again.
For Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar, providing affordable health care is another way to bring down the cost of living.
So we're offering again at affordable prices, utilization of that Hoover Children's Hospital. We're talking about cost of living, and in these three respects in the medical field, if we partner together, perhaps a pair, again, we can bring down the cost of living and, of course, the external shocks that you mentioned.
And for former CARICOM Chair Anson Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, it's about tackling the issue at the root, like the reliance on countries outside the region for reliable energy.
And we've also recognized that we don't have an energy issue. We have an energy harnessing issue. We have wind, we have solar, we have geothermal, and we have wave. And we have started to invest heavily in these. And there's nothing that can really stabilize our economy or transform our economy or deal with this constant up and down, like stabilizing our energy sources and our energy situation.
Reporting for our news from St. Lucia, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks so much for that, Josh. Well, nice weather conditions on this Independence Eve. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and welcome back, everybody, for a quick check on conditions on this pre-Independence Day. 88 degrees is our current temperature with warm and hazy conditions on the outside. Your winds out of the east at 16 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 96 degrees on the outside as well. Satellite radar composite, upper level low spinning across the southeast Bahamas, northern extent of a tropical wave interacting with that low, bringing some cloudy conditions and some showers and thunderstorms at the southeast Bahamas. Some of that activity will be pushing into the central Bahamas overnight through tomorrow and could possibly make it into the northwest Bahamas, but we expect conditions to be rather warm for the next couple of days. So if you plan on being out the outdoors during the Independence holiday, make sure you stay hydrated and take frequent breaks from the sun. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. We'll take a look at the extended forecast and the tropics when we come back.
Still to come in our news, a woman has been sentenced to 15 years in prison after intentionally hitting her former boyfriend with an SUV. And later, police are investigating after a man lost his life following a fall at the sports center. Police now working to determine what happened. That's all coming up when our news returns.
Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that runny nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set up all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set up all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Cetamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
Hi, and thank you for watching. I'm Natalia Hall. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team you already trust.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that runny nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set up all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set up all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Setamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel, so now most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
A man is dead following an industrial accident at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. Police say the victim, a 54-year-old Chinese national, suffered a fall just before noon today. He was treated at the scene by emergency medical services personnel and transported to hospital, where he later succumbed to his injuries. Preliminary investigations reveal the man was working on a scaffold, cutting steel rods from the ceiling, when he reportedly lost his balance, fell, and struck his head. Officers from the South Central Division responded to the incident. Police say investigations into the circumstances surrounding the fatal industrial accident are ongoing. While a woman who intentionally rammed an SUV into a man after he broke up with her, causing him to lose his right leg, has been jailed for 15 years. 25-year-old Anthony's Clark received the sentence after pleading guilty to the attempted murder of Matthew Griffin. The charge stems from an incident that took place on April 10, 2024. Clark ran over Griffin on purpose after he told her it was over between them. Thinking that she had killed Griffin, Clark turned herself into the Carmichael Road police station and was arrested. Prosecutor Basil Cumberbatch had asked the court to impose a sentence between 18 and 30 years, while her lawyer, Calvin Seymour, asked for 5 years in prison plus probation.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
Coming up in sports, wherever Chavez Young plays, he just picks up accolades, this time in Indy Ball. Also, June has been brutal to Jazz and the Yankees, looking to turn it around in July. And finally, we switched it up. Top players are a day early.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that runny nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set up all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set up all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Setamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
Hi, and thank you for watching.
The dangers are escalating. Vaping liquid marijuana is on the rise, damaging lungs and increasing stroke risk. And a deadly new trend, lean, cough syrup, soda, and candy, a lethal combination that can cause seizures and even death. Possession means arrest and prosecution. I am Corporal 2641 Rory Fox of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Protect your loved ones. Learn more by visiting our website
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. Chavez Young has played professionally at just about every level, and the one through line has always been he keeps finding success. And also, they love him in every locker room. Young has taken the Frontier League by storm with the Quebec Capitales and was named an All-Star. He's hitting .374 with 41 RBI, 8 home runs, and a 1.07 OPS. But more importantly, he didn't slow down after the All-Star announcement. He got even better. Since then, he put together a 5-game hit streak, helped the Capitales report 4 wins in 5 games. He went 2 for 4 to complete a series sweep over the Gateway Grizzlies, then a perfect 4 for 4 with an RBI against the Brockton Rocks. Last night, he finished with 2 hits, an RBI, and a stolen base in a loss to the Rocks. Young was drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays in 2016, spent 7 seasons grinding through the minors with the club, then had brief stints with the Pirates and Brewers organizations. Baseball even took him to Puerto Rico and Australia in his off seasons, and now his focus is on indie ball. He spent time with the Kansas City Monarchs and Lake Country Dockhounds in the AAPB and is now an all-star for one of the premier franchises in the Frontier League. Maybe July is just what the Yankees need. They can't be the only New York franchise to fold, right? Well, other than the football teams and the Mets, but nobody takes them seriously. If you're a Yankees fan, June probably did unspeakable damage to your blood pressure. The Bronx Bombers went on a free fall down the standings, 10-16 during the month, and lost their grip on the AL East, playing the kind of baseball that makes you turn the game off by the 5th inning. Oddly enough, while the rest of the team was trying to find its offense, Jazz actually had a pretty solid month. He hit .271, launched 6 homers, drove in 15 runs, and swiped 9 bags. He also had a couple highlight moments with game-winning homers against Cleveland and Detroit. And if you were hoping July would be the reset button for the Yankees, not quite. They opened July 2-5, and the vibes in the Bronx are still, let's just say, less than ideal. Jazz picked up a hit in Tuesday's loss to the Rays, then got the night off on Wednesday as the Yankees continues to monitor that toe that's been bothering him since the weekend. Good news, the x-rays came back clean, so this appears to be more about keeping him healthy than anything serious. But the Yankees still have a lot to figure out. Denny says it every week, and we always say it when the holidays line up like this. If Thursday is the new Friday, then here's top plays. At 5, All-Star JJ, 6-time All-Star, my GOAT, and yours. Coming in at 4, back to indie ball, Deshaun Knowles with the walk-off in Sioux City. At 3, we're going to finish this countdown at the World Cup qualifiers. It was a breakout window for Dominic Bridgewater in this window, no matter what he was doing. Coming in at 2, Franco Miller Jr. once again, proving he can step up no matter who's on the roster. And finally, at 1, we have a superstar. He knows it. They know it. The only people that didn't know it was apparently the rest. But anyway, VJ Edge comes number 1. We've seen this time and time again. We're going to keep seeing it. That'll do it for sports. This is 10YS. We've talked about it for weeks. And since all the African countries are gone from the FIFA World Cup, I've settled in on rooting for France. And if John were here, he'd say that's because of the obvious reason. And he's right.
When our news comes back from the break, hot temperatures on this Thursday evening. Greg is back with your extended weather when our news continues. Stay with us.
Amalie, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that runny nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set up all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set up all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Setamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
People today that have a heart attack and need to have a vessel open can essentially leave the hospital sometimes in 24 hours and sometimes even on the same day. This is unheard of.
We can actually treat our patients right here locally in the Bahamas where they don't need to travel abroad for care.
In terms of cardiac cath cases, from 1996 to now, we've done well over 3,000.
This is why we're here at Doctors Hospital. State-of-the-art care for these common conditions that we deal with on an everyday basis.
A person should see a specialist for heart palpitations or dizziness, breathlessness, if they're fainting, or they've had a loss in their family related to heart disease.
Advanced cardiovascular care right here at Doctors Hospital.
At Doctors Hospital, we take care of you and all matters of the heart.
And I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel. So now, most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers.
This is our news. Welcome back. First, we take a look at the tropics where all is quiet. We have a couple of tropical waves moving across tropical belt. Nothing showing any organization at this time. Just that one just to the south of the Bahamas, sparking some showers across the southeastern islands as well as the Dominican Republic. Closer look at that, showing that upper level low still spinning just across the southeastern islands. That will continue to track towards the west, bringing some clouds as well as some shower activity to the central Bahamas tonight through tomorrow. And we expect a couple of isolated showers possible across the northwest Bahamas. But all in all, your Independence holiday weekend looks to be a pretty good one. Future forecast showing things quiet across the northern islands throughout the night and into the early parts of tomorrow. That upper level low spinning, bringing the clouds across the southeast Bahamas and into the central Bahamas with a few showers tomorrow, by tomorrow afternoon actually. And then by Saturday, clearing our area and into the Gulf of Mexico. Sunday looks to be a very hot day and we're expecting temperatures in the mid-90s during that time frame. Boating forecast, northwest Bahamas tonight to tomorrow. Southeasterly winds at 10 to 15 knots, seas running 2 to 4 feet. Low tide is at 10:20 tonight. Your high tide takes place at 4 or 5 in the morning. Central Bahamas, caution flag for you there. East to southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, 4 to 6 foot seas. While in the southeast Bahamas, an advisory is posted. Your winds will be easterly at 15 to 25 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet near shore, but building up to 8 feet offshore. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, that upper level low will continue to spin, bringing the chance for some showers across the northwestern portions of central Bahamas by tomorrow, but we expect should be a pretty nice day. Saharan dust will return once again for the weekend, and that takes us into next week, but look at those temperatures by early next week. We're looking at 94. It's going to get very hot. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night. Have a safe holiday tomorrow.
Thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall Thomas. We'll see you tomorrow night. Enjoy your Independence Eve.